Well, it would come naturally that because I have 5 planets in Libra, Libra represents the phenomenon in human consciousness of love. Used to say I love before the 40s. All of the material written in English always said that the key words for Libra was I love, but they changed it to I balance. But my point is that me, who I am naturally interested in human relationships. I'm an ultra sensitive human being with Venus in Virgo. So I just have a very intense, like, sensitivity to vibrational frequency. I am a musician. And so that's how I can do these videos on narcissism. But it's sounding like that I've been just pummeled by narcissists. But it's like, no, yeah. Society is being fashioned up to basically there has been something of the system that has systematically incubated up what is called the cerebral narcissist. If you look into what a cerebral narcissist, to me, babes, because I'm a natural studying this shit, and began to start looking at the studying and going, yeah, no, there it is, and listen, okay, so a narcissist, huh? Well, you know, my dad, he was a cerebral narcissist who studied psychology. He was a hypnotherapist. He actually helped people quitting smoking cigarettes and alcohol and a lot of other things. Very interesting person, actually, except for the part where he is kind of dehumanizing in a lot of ways. Because the cerebral narcissist is very mental, and that's a non-human place. It's a non-existent place. You know, we can get deep into a conversation about this, but see, so when it comes to real human situations, babes, like, you know, their personal emotional connections are screwed up. It could vary from person to person. Some people could just be completely blanked out, and nothing really has been recorded in their history. They just have this amazing education. I'm not lying. So my main reason to talk about this is just who I am that would be looking into this. Meanwhile, I'm just like sticking to myself. Literally, I played the piano from about age 4 up, just handmade. Nobody's forcing anything onto me. One time, my mom thought, well, I'll take her to a music school now. And I must have been when I was 7, but by then I was already constructing my own musical structures. And pardon me. When we sat down, you know, I had to turn that fucker inside out right there. I admit that's what I did. I didn't need to learn their version of reading music because, first of all, we don't read music, we listen to it. That's what I was doing. And whenever he tried to show me something about an octave or something, I said, oh, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like this song I played. And I went, and he's like, and what he told my mom? She doesn't need piano lessons. Why? I already knew how to play music, and I was doing it on the piano. It helps to learn how to play music. Do it on the piano first. Piano is a calculator that helps you dial in to the fact of what music is. It's a percussion instrument. I don't know why I got caught talking about this. It's because narcissism and narcissists are some of the most low-life, low-vibrational frequency shit that you can get caught up into. Like I said, as a 5 planets in Libra with Aries rising, who is very much a warrior. I stick to myself, and I have higher learning tool in my hand. Music was one. My genitals was actually number one. No, actually, it's kind of a tug of war between my genitals and the musical instrument. Oh my God, am I going to post this? Yes, immediately. What I'm trying to expose about that is that we have higher learning tools here that make us see, first of all, so many things. I mean, sex, number one, but let's get into music. The idea is to feel good. Even if you're conveying a heavy-duty emotion, you can do it through music. And it's kind of contagious if you're doing it within the within its own intelligence that it is. Music is its own intelligence. It will play itself for you right in front of you. If you're any good at it, then people will go, the hell is going on there? It depends on what style of musician you are. If you are what has been happening to music, which is the saddest thing has ever happened, first of all, since it's been recorded, it died. One way to kill your possibility is just have somebody else do it for you. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to do that, and you're not supposed to be having somebody else do sex for you either. That trips me out. Sex education, huh? Okay. Can I add into that? I don't know. It's like, because you have your own tools, babe. Who's fucking with you so early enough that? But really, yeah, the talking about the toxicity of there being narcissists there. You know, I'm so grateful about my dad who knew what was going on with children. How that he would talk about all the time. Their personalities are sealed by the age 3. If there's something going on, and we're talking about their emotionality, that is your real intelligence system right there. How that you have learned without a single word spoken, how to respond through the other people, observing them, how they respond to you when you're crying. When you're crying. When you're crying, pissing, shitting on yourself, how are they responding? Did they have to go get an instruction from some church over there? Whoa. 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 Hold on a minute now. What kind of abuse is going on now? Because it's simple, babe. You have the simple fucking same needs. What the hell is wrong with society? What the hell is wrong with me making this video that, man, I'm very skeptical whether I'm going to post it or not. But I have posted, I know as an artist and as a composer that you don't second guess things that you're expressing, and especially when you're feeling it. Well, was I feeling it before now? No. The truth about me is that I'm in the middle of having to fast. I think today on the 7th is the full moon. Well, it's usually around about the new moon and the full moon that I just fast. And it comes with having to do some inner work, and that inner work has to do with our relationships, no matter how brief or long. You know, first of all, you know, I wanted to talk about this more. I was uncovering things, and Patsy helps me when she hits a video. See, there's a way that we can do this, and I agree. Okay, whatever your name is, the coach that I bit your head off because that wasn't the time. That wasn't the time. Astrologically, see, if you guys know astrology, you'll know when to stay out of somebody's hair. You have this itch to go in there. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's weird. The more unconscious you are, the more you're going to fucking do the opposite of what the cosmos will say. If you look and says, don't do it today. Why? If you're not careful, a tragic accident could happen. Boom. They are so susceptible because there are some people that you can see that they're not really interested in astrology, and they're not going to be interested in this. Somebody else is there having you do their astrology for them, and they're going, it's because I'm a psychopath, and they're going to see everything. They're going to see that I just love it. Yep, look at that. Mars square Pluto, hard Mars, Sun aspect Pluto, Moon there, Mercury, Pluto maybe, or a Mercury Uranus square, Jupiter Mercury square, liars, pants on fires. You can see it. And all of you people that are getting enmeshed and entangled with narcissists too, and having kids with them. I know of a case in my personal life. A fucking narcissist hired me to paint. And they are this. You know what narcissists do is they hire people to do their job for them. They could be doing a hit a clock scene. I knew one. I guess knew so many of them. Just peel through them and look at them. See, I'm interested in people. I'm a musician. A lot of people don't like me because of that. They're like, you're looking into me right now. See, if you come from my generation, which is Uranus, which is like Mercury, it's a higher octave of Mercury. It's the mind of God. It's a trip. So Uranus in Libra, and then Pluto in Libra too, but particularly the Uranus in Libra for some reason, because Uranus is the planet of unpredictability and shift, and we're going to change it for the better. And it happens to go through Libra, which is love, relationships, and marriage and stuff like that. So when that was going on, my generation, if you didn't learn that, well, somehow it's just proving, well, maybe there's too high of a statistic where people are getting divorces and it's ruining people's lives because the children are there experiencing this change, and it really doesn't have to be that way. You can just say, let's go our separate ways, and this is just how we live. We take care of ourselves and we don't get hung up. Instead, the institution has you. There used to be a myth, and it is a myth now. It used to be that psychologists even said, no, stay together for the children. No. You get the fuck away from a toxic relationship in case the kids are watching. Otherwise, they will be in a toxic relationship and not know why they're so fucking miserable, and nothing ever happens with these people. When I say nothing ever happens with these people, babes, I'm talking about from a very spiritual level. Like, what if we do reincarnate and we have to go into purgatory and look at everything that we did and how we loved and everything? It's like, you mean I wasted my time? Yeah, because you thought being a materialistic pig and sticking your head up somebody else's ass was important. When love was. The truth is, and that scene down there is disgraceful. Go back down there and fix whatever it is that you fucking shit hole on this merry-go-round. Welcome to Shauna's church. See, a lot of people don't know that I'm highly spiritual. You get that way by taking yourself on journeys, and you come back and you say, fuck, I've been there and been there and done something that I bet you anything you never even gave yourself the permission to do it. You don't even know that you have to give yourself the freedom. Nobody else will. Nobody else will, especially not people. Especially not the narcissist, man. You know, I wanted to talk more about where they're coming from and who they really are. They're just toddlers that have an extremely insecure disposition. And if you know how fearful they are from there, you might be able to heal one of them. Instead of taking it so personally that, yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that it could be that they are 50 to 60 years old still behaving as childish and immaturely as a toddler. They just haven't had another mature person who is conquered of all of that issue. Have sex with them. But really, where I come from and what I know that keeps confirming itself to me is that enlightenment is instant. When you're in the presence of a master, it can be dangerous to your mind because They're going to show you that you are not your mind. And if you're not ready, this is where the grand, amazing misunderstanding can begin. That's where I am left completely outcasted in America here on the West Coast. And I know nothing but fucking mental cases that can't seem to fucking be cool to me at all. Every single one of them. And you see, it's because of the way that I think about the system. I came into this world questioning it from day one, and I dreaded the education system, and I sat through it, and I was wondering, well, when are we going to start sharing who we are? Because guess what, babes? I was playing music and putting musical constructs together before I even went to school. I mean, I was doing things. I mean, we're all doing things, right? Or are we? A lot of households aren't. They're just waiting for the babysitting service to wake to open up, and until then I've got to feed you food and deal with this narcissist. That was hard. That was hard to get through the illusion of that. Well, maybe this person isn't the ideal thing to have around us after all. We got what we needed out of it. The cycle has ended. They can't be there for the next phase of being more and more human. And earlier, as I'm going to wrap this up, there is a possibility for you to become more of a healer rather than somebody who gets enmeshed in a misunderstanding with their mind and your mind, and where now that is all taking you, which is to fucking living hell. And then what? Now you had kids with it, or was that an accident? Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it, because what I'm looking at is fucking sheer misery across the board in America. There is so much homelessness and people living a life that, like I said, just pops away. Blow up, pop. What is going on there? It's none of my business. I know God has a clue, but guess what? I have a clue too. People aren't going to make it. People aren't even making it to soul. People aren't making it to being human. And then now, what's happening with soul? Did it evolve at all? What's going on? Very few are making it. Ask any really good artist in their studio what makes it to being a master. Is very few that satisfy the thirst and even quenches the thirst of those who are longing to hear or know the truth in a way that celebrates them. That's a complicating way to say it's God admiring itself. And maybe we're in a place where he is cleaning his self and his soul, and it comes in the form of the illusion of our separateness, and we're dealing with each other now. If you see somebody who needs help with their minds, they don't see past it. They haven't graduated. No hocus pocus. All it's called is just being reborn. You see the mind for what it is. You know how to set it down, and you can be present to this moment now like there is no other life, because there really isn't. And that includes whoever you associate with. You're there, available, unlike any other fucking narcissist. Why? Because you conquered your mind. Your mind has nothing to do with reality. This is a fact. 80% don't know this, and there is a philosophy that backs them and their mind, who says everything about how that you are supposed to fuss about negative and positive thoughts. And okay, for the low life, that is true, babes, and I wish I could explain to you this more without thinking that people are losing it, me, and I should talk about just how lost we can get into the narcissist. But no, this is all in connection, babe. all in connection. See, narcissists don't really tend to make those connections at all. If you ever talk to some of them, I mean, they do have a neurological glitch. And I would say don't reproduce with that. I mean, I don't know what you're after there. If that's like a possibility. No, if the person appears to loop around and has a conversation about having the conversation, and it's always about a conversation, just in fact what you said last time, and then you said it like this, and no, it's just 3 seconds ago, and now you're looping, and you fucking, holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Dude, when I start feeling that going on, where this person, all they do is, first of all, you got to argue. It just turns into an argument, and you can just anticipate it. After a while, it's like, okay, we have a child here, and this is what the hang-ups that are going to go on because they're only so tall, right? Put it plain and simple there. Anyway, this is my ugly sweater party. Do you like this? This is actually a really warm wool sweater. It gets to somewhat doesn't get above 38 degrees in the daytime, and all I have to do is slap this on with my, now you see me in my long johns, technically underwear. Hopefully this video was worth it by then, babes. So your job is, if you're a woman, why do I say this? Well, this is going to be like obvious. I'm going to keep repeating it. Well, there's a chance that you might want to have make a human. Now, I didn't say just pump one out of between your legs. I said raise up a human if you are to associate. Now, you remember when I was doing this? What does this mean? It means that you're hooking up, babe. Is it a cog? Is it a good cog? Are the gears? Is it sound? Does that person care about you right then and there? Don't breed with it if it does not have a fucking single interest. It's probably gay. My point is you have to bring them up. Say, by the way, you're interested in me now, right? Maybe? If you've noticed, babes, you have to bring them up. In case what? You want to bring one up? Like, do you want to get soul involved here? Are you involved with soul? You have a fucking deep responsibility as a woman.